of my pet peeves is proof texting. People who will take one verse out of the Bible and say, here's a verse that proves my point. We all have proof texts. The issue isn't so much that you use the Bible to try to prove your point. The issue is that we all have a verse of the Bible that we can use to prove our point. So instead of using a proof text, what should we use? Every single debate that has ever been had ever revolves around two things. Contestant number one has one worldview. Contestant number two has a different worldview. Worldview is the biases that we bring to the Bible. We all read the Bible together. We don't all come to the same conclusions. Everyone has their own framework by which they understand everything. So the goal in debating or discussing is not going to be about whether your proof texts prove it or my proof texts prove it. The real question is, what does the Bible as a whole corpus seem to suggest? And when we look at it like that, suddenly proof texts seem inadequate. When I enter into discussions or debates with people about the Bible, what I try to focus on, what does this belief say about God? Does this understanding point to Jesus more clearly? Are there principles that get taught within this belief that are contrary to the way that Jesus or the apostles teach us to live? Because whether you have a bunch of proof texts or not, if your doctrine and your theology cause for us to have to question God, or if they teach us mindsets and expectations that are in contradiction to the way we're told to live, then it doesn't matter how many proof texts you utilize. What is most important is that we protect the character of God. This directly affects me in the way that I study the Bible. I end up asking questions like, if what I'm saying is true, it's going to affect the way that I live. So is this working in me faithful witness? Or am I just following some sort of a culture? Does this understanding bring me closer to God and Jesus? Or is this suggesting something that God never says about himself? And if this causes for me to believe something that isn't true, specifically in regard to it causes contradictions to other things that I know are true, then it isn't about whether the proof text is right or wrong. The issue is that I'm misusing that proof text. And so I ask you, does this sound logical and reasonable to you? Or do you think that I'm making something bigger than it really needs to be?